had to go, didn't you? Huh? That's your coffee. What do you be begging me for in the morning? You was funny, bro. Don't go lie. You know I love you. Little mustard head. You been up tonight, okay? But you've been going a lot lately, yeah? Huh? Yeah? What you want? I'm not playing right now, bro. Well, I get cut. Trying to attack my toes, man, this morning. Trying to attack my pants, man. These 36 and these ain't falling off. Trying to attack my pants, attack my toes, man. What you doing? Attacking my toes, man. Huh? 4 more boxes, bro. Yeah. You think all the stuff I have, I bathe every day, so. Make no tea today. Today is no tea day. No tea day. It's good to see you here too. I'm not turning you on. What's I gotta rewire this or something. I don't like that. You gonna come on and just do that, bro. Nada. There you go. It's a good movie, though. It's a good movie. Charge it up. Change. Of course, because it's not on. Stop spilling water, bro. How many times am I take this long? How's that? You're not 1 year old, bro. Okay? You're not 1, bro. Calling cats, bro. That's my back. You wasn't one. If you wasn't here, I'd probably be in the damn stretcher or some shit. You were too much, bro. Whew. Good catch. Excellent catch, bro. Let's see what the hell they. What is this? Because I never lit these shit, and I don't know if I am. I don't trust them nothing. Can't trust people that don't know themselves. Smell like shit. Man, since she sent me, smell like shit. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all that compromised to send me stuff that smell like shit? When I see you, I'm walking and be like, how you doing? Let's get this over with, because I gotta get out of here. I gotta go out. Go. There you go. Right. Let's convene for a minute in my office. Let's convene. I'm not sitting that thing up because I want to sit high, y'all. So I like to lean against it, especially on that side of my back. Gotta run out. This is watermelon banana. No tea today. I'm gonna tell you something I find very funny, and this might infuriate some people, especially pale skins. And there's some of you Negroes, because I actually saw the black conservative come over and look at one of my videos with his goofy ass self. Because you know, black to me is dead. More and more information is coming out, but you would think that people would actually pay attention and do the research. And if people really did legitimate research, they would know the difference from false narratives and real narratives. Now, I have a book that one day I may read to y'all, depending on when they start blowing shit up here, which is going to happen. It's already happening, but warehouses and stuff. And I'm going to read you that book, which is sold right now online, and I'm going to read you the original book and show you how perversely, because you can't find the one that I have. The book that I have, I've kept, don't spill it, I have kept since high school. Stole it from Montclair Library. Well, I ended up paying it back while I was working. I didn't know it. They took it out of my check. I guess the book became expensive when they wanted to get rid of it. So the newer book came out around 2015. And I was surprised when I looked online. So one day I'll read this book to you and show you how they changed something. So if anybody was to go and research the history, they would only find that book. Unless somewhere overseas they went in a bookstore. Unfortunately, the majority of people, I was one out of maybe some officers and a couple of chiefs who were writing books and stuff like that from World War II and Vietnam. When I was in, I still work in the military with guys in World War II and Vietnam. Well, the Korean War in Vietnam, excuse me. Korean War in Vietnam. And we had World War II guys. They were in the high positions, but you know, you didn't meet them. Who were writing books. So whenever I would find in the bookstores all over, like Paris, Cannes, Toulon, France, Mallorca, Palma, Spain, everywhere. Bookstores in Brazil, when everybody was running into the pink pussy, you know, to watch sex shows, to eat breakfast. And so I would always find these bookstores. But nobody's doing that, okay? Passport bros or whatever. And nobody's going in bookstores, and ignorantly so. So I'll read these two books, and you will see when they incorporated something that was never there, and how it is there at the dismal bequests of the Rockefeller Center and the other foundations of liars. Now, I always tell y'all, never go on emotions or feelings. And I mean that. There's a way to communicate things, and some people have to walk. And remember I said you have to learn to walk in your footsteps, and you have to accommodate yourself, and you have to come to a certain point in life where you see things not as you have been grafted. I'm going to read a couple of notes and stuff. I'm not going to read, at least not to say them. I'm not going to read no, I have a whole bunch of them. Somebody asked me a retarded question yesterday. I was laughing like, okay, be dumb. Okay. When the word's ignorance, right? Let's go and take a moment to load up. But the word ignorant, we have come to believe it meaning something very bad. Hey Roy, what's going on? Rondo, what's going on, beloveds? Ignorant. I love the fact that I was ignorant. Because if I didn't recognize that, if I never would have been told and recognized that I was being ignorant about a lot of things, and sometimes it was lashing. It was people lashed out. You're ignorant. And I'm like, ignorant, man. And you know, the first thing is you want to jab somebody in the mouth, right? Yeah, but there were times when I knew that whatever it wasn't right. So I'd be like, what you mean? You know? And I knew what the word actually meant. And I didn't subjugate myself to a lesser of emotional state. It was like somebody's name calling me, sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but names never will. One of the best things growing up in the 70s and the 60s was the fact that sticks and stones could break your bones, but the words and the names never hurt. They never afflicted. But I saw the change. We got around the 90s, words started meaning something. And I was like, but see, it wasn't about truth, sincerity, or honesty. It was how people, and it was in a liberal state. I must say this, and it's conservative, two with the same face, two heads on one quarter. I started noticing people started reacting, and I was in the military at this time. People started reacting to words as if the words dominated them. Now we know that words are like spells, right? Okay. But what, and conclusively, is allowing words to have so much meaning that people cannot be rational? Why are people so desensitized to be rational and even being frugal in thought, that the sensitivity and emotions are overriding the rationale, as if it's a good thing? Okay, because you know, ignorant is a synonym. That's what they say. But anyway, ignorant. Let's pull that up. I want to make sure I got that, the definition, and the antonym of it. Let me see if I can pull it up. So ignorant, what would be similar or the opposite? The what you call it? The antonym. They say educated, knowledgeable, knowing. Okay? Do you see? So ignorant means not knowing. That's all it means. But if you use the word ignorant, we have been convinced that it is something bad. Well, not knowing something is not bad, people. Because somebody, it's like the word nigger. We know that we know that it has implications to something as far as naga. It's a perversion flipped up on his head. And what's the opposite? Well, what's the opposite? Not kingly, not righteous, not godly, not original, not first. So nigger is like not last, like, but it's not so much the word, how it's implemented, but it's how it can be said. Because if you go to like the Boondock and say, an old stink master, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So that's liable to get more than some damn chair. That's liable to get you hit with the sofa made of teak and mahogany from the attic. Slam down. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hold one of them big chairs like they suplex on right on top of you. You know what I'm saying? Even that is not powerful. Right now, people are running around. It doesn't matter. See, this is the power of our truth. I look at Charleston White, right? I'm using an example because why not? I can use a number of other people, but he uses that nigger nation. And he says, but in the 60s, because of the brother nigger, right? They're dumb. But I don't say that. Listen to this. That word in itself can influence people in a way that would be harmful. But what does dumb mean? It means speechless, dumb, tongue-tied, wordless, silent, a loss for words, voiceless, inarticulate, tactitum, uncommunicative, untalkative, tight-lipped, close-mouthed, mute, unable to speak, without the power to speech, emphasic, and aphonic. Dumb doesn't mean you don't know. It means you don't have, which alludes to you really don't know. So dumb is not a bad word, people. Are you getting where I'm coming from? Are you starting to acquiesce? So now, why am I saying this? Our brother last night had a live and I loved it. I had to remind my old sweetheart, you can't think for everybody else, you have to think for yourself. And there's many other people who may take it personal. He even said it, he warned you, you emotional people. I loved it. Because the reality is many people are in that state of mind. They're not going to be clear on what may have happened to them. Maybe when they get older, for those that did. Some, it's just they're not their cup of tea. And some people see the ratchetness, and this is why I equate him with Charles White and like myself. Long before him, trust me. But because I detest the Cardi B's and the influence and the perversion. You know, the Red, what's her name, Red, and all those individuals, because I understand the music industry, but also see the weakness because of the broken family. So I see it way back. I don't hate them. I detest what they're doing because they do have a choice. It's been verbalized by many of these musicians. But because they are not together, they are inundated with their shiny lie of a life. You know, look at Slick Ross. He is a slave to his place in Florida. He is a slave where I think he lives in Florida, right? To that mansion, he is a slave right there. Are y'all even aware of that? He is afraid to go out. That's an example. So he was 100% right in his answer, what he put out there. Our brother, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, in time, he shall learn that what he's saying doesn't really matter. But it could be a tool and a vice that can also harm our sisters. And that comes with time. And if you're unaware that you could be causing more harm than help, and sometimes I always say personal influences and decisions you need to step away from. This is what we do in this so-called community. I'm not part of the community, but I can empathize. This I can empathize with. Because I'm not Falkland, so I'm original. Anyway, I look at the fake government and how people are played. And I look at what was done when they came to our soil and how they've been played out themselves. Identity-wise and everything else, except for the pale skins who don't even know their true identity, who always been here, who we birthed in, pretty much birthed in everybody, but that's the melanated people on the other side of the earth. Now there's some individuals here who ain't from here. I don't give a damn what you want to believe. We're originally not from here, but that's, I have a story to tell, and that's the reason why I'm here. I don't care about nothing else. I have a story to tell, but I'm going to do this until a few more you get this, and it might be too late. But anyway, this is what the government does. They keep giving every certain group, listen to this, every certain group a handout for docility. They murdered King and Lyndon B. Johnson, even though he signed 1968. That was for us, the Indian Civil Rights Act. And they had to put it at the bottom. You see what they did, right? But you saw the Indians that were there. There's pictures all over. And how many was like 8 to 12 of them? All Negroes. Some wavy hair, some froze, big nice froze, or whatever. It doesn't matter. So we have been lied to believe that we should look at a person based upon what their hair and their and features and all that look like. That's not what it is. That's the lie that creates division and certain classes, which are all BS. But they have been doing this and giving everybody our stuff as if they did it. When you look at all those old homes in antebellum, and then you see the brothers and sisters sitting on them shanties and them shacks, to which the Irish and all them pale skins used to work at, who stood beside us. Those homes, those big homes with the columns, those are ours, y'all. Why are the pale skins so stupid not to know that when we repaired not just the Capitol, the Franklin House, we repaired all that. Hell, we even extended and built on teaching them the West Wing. Oh, that's right, because they don't teach that in school. So most of the Peckerwoods on here who came in the 1920s and 40s, they don't know real history in the first place. And they've been subjugated to a dilemma of handouts, of knowledge and fake history. And they run around because they were given land portions off of our land. So we have no ownership, but we belong to. And now you see what they're doing. You see what they did in Hawaii. You saw the post I put up. Any of y'all even pay attention, share that post? Because I know y'all know everything. You see the brothers? If that's Maui, Hawaii, who are them niggas now talking about they Hawaii? Now I met brothers from Hawaii who walked around with Mormons and this, that, and the other. One of them got up off of there. He sat down to talk to me for a week, came over my place. They thought he was talking to me about some damn fake-ass Christianity. I started quoting and showing him the Queen, to which this fake-ass government went there with some of their traitorous-ass offbreed children of Ashkenaz deception with a couple of Asians that they tried to conquer the Philippines, the Negritos, and South America, and every fucking where else. And they don't tell you about how they in Cuba and in Brazil and all them places, the Asians got murdered to the last one. Mongol and Ashkenaz killed to the last fucking one, but then the Portuguese came in later, using military might when the people thought they didn't need it, just like our people fucking here. Is there something hard to understand about this? So if you're going to talk about something and you may do harm and you're educating, but you're doing it from your perception and opinion, Shut the fuck up. When I said we pull each other's shirt tails, and I said, and I fucking meant it, you think I was playing? No, we need to be coy in how we deliver and what we say to individuals. This is very important because a lot of people are teachers, but they acquiesce in a phenomenon based in stupidity and ignorance to which we cannot hold on. We must abstain from. And in order to do that, we must reach one another and have that all-conclusive and inclusive motherfucking conversation. There's a way to do something regardless of how a motherfucker feel. It's not the way. For docility. And whenever, because everybody thinks somebody says something, they're supposed to be docile, but we see that don't work because some people out there talking about no harm, no fighting. And motherfuckers get to spraying bullets everywhere because they're too stupid and they like butt plugs and stuff like that. And they don't care who they hit. Anyway, you never killed nobody, did you? So then you have no clue as to what I'm fucking talking about. But here we go. And with everyone spread out all over the place while living their most ignorant lie of life, no one will come together until it is far too late. Or you cannot survive, but have to submit. And ergo, the no saving from what you could have at least staved off to make better adjustments and learn at least advance or advise. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. Again, adjust and learn to at least advance or advise before falling to whatever, being a victim to whatever it is. But fear is your reckoning to which you know you shall fall. And that's why people are acting out, well, emotionally and shit, and not checking themselves. Now, everyone keeps looking at the infiltrators as if they are performing a monologue, like you're watching them. Yet it is definitely a dialogue to which you have played your part on the world stage of pure ignorance, steeped in the not your beliefs, but their screenwrite, as if you actually had input to which you had none. Obedient mice and amazed with only their directions. Shit, I write a whole lot of stuff, y'all. I look, this is what I do. Told you sociology was my major, and I look and study. You're going, I ain't donate to his bucks. You think I don't know nothing about you? I know more about you just on that accordance, and that's not to make. I'm not here to manipulate. I'm not throwing out no MK Ultra to make you want to donate. What I'm doing is I'm proving a fact of your slothfulness, your weakness, your cowardice. The reality that you think walking around that you are somebody or something. I am the anticipant of the reality of your truth. And I'll call you the fuck on it. So you can call me your demi fucking God. I don't have, listen to this. I don't have nor need to do anything. I'm going to express to you something about awake. Awake means nothing required because what was laid in the foundation was established. Do you even fucking know what that means? And no matter the short-lived influences of destruction or lies, whatever it may be, their time has always been established as well. Y'all just want it in your time. But you don't even know what the fuck you want because you don't even know how to perform or do. I just smacked all of you upside the head and you think I didn't. You're probably sitting there in your fake little ego and world. Nigga ain't saying nothing with your little emotional self. And I know exactly what I'm saying. And that goes to every crayon color out there. I always knew the majority would hold themselves to their ignorance as if it's a retainer or some other morbid nonsense of self-preservation and learned foolishness. How so? I always knew the majority would hold themselves to their ignorance as if it's a retainer or some other morbid sense of self-preservation and learned foolishness. How so? I have a story to tell and no due diligence on nobody's part because some of you are afraid of that story. Some of you don't want that story told and you don't even know what the fuck it is. I'm about to run out. I'm gonna hit the post office and see if I had. It might be too early, but I want to come back and want to read before 12 o'clock. I want to get a lot of reading. I really do. No range today. Just I'm gonna spit, shine, and clean up a few things. You know, I might do a video on it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. You don't have a lot to learn, people. You just have a time and a period to wake up. I know I say, y'all got a lot to learn. And that's me fucking with you. You have to accept who you are. I'm not saying for the worst. I'm talking about you have to see that light and that righteousness. Go sit down and watch Star Wars and see yourself as the fucking Jedi. And allow yourself to emulate something, but don't pervert yourself without having an understanding to which of the things that I broke down as far as the metachlorines. You know, the force, the source. What you're capable and powerful of, a word and its potency. If you have to go to Dune and the spice, the voice. You know what I'm saying? If you have to know where all this stuff comes from. Even the voice of perversion that influences everybody is at work right now. They literally murdered over 110 people, and you know what? On fake ass fact check, pay them no fucking mind. Because they're in lieu. They're in lieu, and only because there's enough dumbasses or people who are not from this soil. Because right now, you see in certain states, there are vehicles and tanks in places they're not supposed to be, and the people aren't wearing no patches or nothing because they're not who you think they are. And you stupid motherfuckers ain't listened to me when I was telling you. As if you were going to hold on to the last fucking minute. You dumb, arrogant, ignorant, stupid motherfuckers. Now that's a polite way of saying it. The lie is, man, I could dig why you're there, and I know how you feel that way. See, that's circle jerking. That's giving you something for your docility. Keep you docile. You see what I just did? You can't anticipate me. Don't even fucking think you can. I can spin it 4 more ways. Facts. Hard facts. Now y'all say no cap? Whatever the fuck that prison gay shit is, no cap. And you're still going to tear each other down to certain individuals because of their ignorance, and you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You don't even know why. It's not even who you are. That's why. Let me first give you that. It's not even perfect. I asked you a couple of weeks ago to learn love and have some empathy. Even though I had voice, I have no empathy and no love. You just don't need to know what the fuck that means. See, y'all worry outside of yourselves, and I keep telling you to focus on yourself. But the moment I say something you believe you can sympathize with, have no sympathy. Don't sympathize with a goddamn thing I say. You either have a knowledge so you can empathize with it, or you don't. Fucking allow yourself to acquiesce something other than the bullshit that you've been walking in nonstop, over and over and fucking over. What did I say yesterday? If you're going to eat meat, but fast, and allow those healthy fats. And make sure it's somebody who's raising the shit you can go and see for yourself, and they're not shooting it up with all that shit. And your body will do a fucking 160-degree turnaround. If you're going to go vegan, or if you want to do vegetarian, eat some fish. Stay away from the fucking chicken. You're better off eating a pork chop or a steak. All right? Leave the fucking lamb. All right? Leave that shit alone. Leave possum and raccoon the fuck on. But if you're going to eat meat, flesh, if you're going to eat it, people, do you a couple of sirloins, New York, a ribeye, a couple of those, about 4 or 6 ounces a day. Stay away from the starches, no potatoes. Sweet potatoes is a fruit. So if you want to incorporate that, I would advise you to use a mango and a sweet potato or yam, right? I'm serious. Yam, steamed, all right? Or however you're going to cook it, baked. Baked is even better. Cut it. Top with some cinnamon, and cinnamon on the mango. Have that at room temperature with your 4 to 6 ounces of steak. That's it. Nothing else. Why am I telling you this? Because you don't fucking know. If you're going to partake in grains, make sure that you have some fermented flour, what's it? Fermented yeast. Yeast is fermentation. And so when you put it with flour, salt, and water, what happens? It causes the stuff to rise because fermentation, right? Add you some ghee to that motherfucker and allow it to sit overnight. And then take your bread, cut it, put it in the little thing with some, no flour, with some motherfucking olive oil or something. Bake that bitch at 325 forever, however long, 15 minutes or whatever. Take that bitch out. It might be a little burnt around the bottom. Nothing wrong with that charcoal. Eat your fucking hard, soft in the middle hard bread. That right there will help your fucking gut. Now you've got not just the heat, but you've got some good, from the fermentation and everything that's happened, even though you cooked it, also a cleanser, you've got some things that can help with the microbial facts of feeding those in your gut instead of pushing them out and destroying them. And stop washing your ass every day, twice a day. You are a fucking retard. You're washing off all the things that benefit your health. Take a cold water plunge. Reset your system for at least 12 hours. Stop being fucking morbidly fucking obese in the brain with nothing there. If you're a little overweight, don't stress on it. Do as I said. Don't be sitting there eating big ass salads with a fucking chicken breast with cheese. And if you want to eat cheese, eat fermented fucking cheese, people. Trust me. But anyway, don't eat a big ass salad. Especially it's Jim the fuck old. All right? And they eat a big ass piece of fucking meat that's got all kind of fucking antibiotics and shit. Those cause you cook it at 300 and something degrees or baked it. Don't mean the shit ain't there. And proactive up in that shit. You think these motherfuckers don't know how to design shit to work a certain fucking way? And then you think you're thinking straight. Eating hot dogs. That radiated, fucked up, processed shit. Motherfucking niggas walking around knowing good and goddamn just for a paycheck. This is how slothful people are. They're gonna scrape that shit up, put it in that machine, grind it up, put it in that cellulose or non, bake it and cook it and everything. All those chemicals, and you're gonna go in there talking about Hebrew national, it's kosher. You retarded fuck. I'm not on this bitch to be nice and make you feel comfortable. That's not professional. It's a motherfucking way to lie to you and deceive you in your face. Oh, sure, of course. Oh, you will take care of that. Yeah, hey, how you going, guys? Today we're going to just have this discussion about so-and-so and so. And I want to be very, diplomatic, and I want to convey some things. And fuck all that. You are monkeys. That's them controlling your fucking punk asses. If you feel otherwise, tell me how you feel. Say, Red, you wrong. I'm waiting. Oh, that's good. Anywho, let me get the fuck out of here and do what I got to do so I can come back and have my grits and my eggs. I think I got like 6 eggs left. I'm still gonna eat some fucking eggs. Y'all retarded. And then later on, I'll have my natto. No rice. My natto, fermented natto, my sweet potato, my yam. I don't have sweet potatoes. Yam, half a yam, and my mackerel. I got some big mackerel, like slices of big mackerel that I'm popping in the oven, like blue like mackerel fit. Like a friend of mine went out there and caught deep sea diving, brought me back. Cut me up. I got about, just the other day. I ain't gonna say no. Vacuum sealed it there in the freezer. I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of that with that natto and that sweet tater. I mean that yam. Oh, and I got some cabbage I made using organic. It's like white vinegar, but it's not. It's cloudy. Like, you ever seen it? Organic white vinegar, whatever. And in that with the dill weed and a couple of cloves. I made my own fucking coleslaw, people. I mean sauerkraut. And it's been fermenting for about 6 months. And it is, I've been eating it for years since the res. I show people how to actually make it. So it has fennel seeds, dill weed, about big jar like that, about 4 cloves in there, 4 or 5, maybe 6 cloves I put in there. That organic white cloudy vinegar, and then cabbage, thinly sliced. And see, when you buy the shit at the store made by these fake ass Jews, you know what? That shit's got caking agents that's bad for your arteries. Read up on it. All right, let me get the fuck out of here. And while I'm driving, I'm gonna snack on this little sweet motherfucking delicious abundance of, so I can get back and enjoy me a fucking heavy meal. Who's all in here? Yeah, I already got you, Ronald Roy. It's good to have you all, beloved. Herbo, what's going on, beloved? Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Anyway, it's good to see y'all. I wish more people would come in, but wishes are like anything else. Motherfucker, you believe in a tooth fairy? Anybody? I think we got 1 new subscriber. Appreciate you coming in. Don't take it all personal, but make it, personalize it. Utilize the information the way you see how it fit, but don't just utilize it. Excuse me. Research what I'm saying. Look into it. If you're in the books, look at the books you have. Look at the time when they were created. If somebody said, "Oh, there was a book before that," and you can't find it, it should alleviate some of whatever you might think you know to a place of, okay, I'm not sure. So it removes that, and then you could sit there and have a question like, well, damn, if this is not the original one, what was the other one? They are changing history. Even the lies of history, they're changing them and adding more. All right? So I got some flack from one of the questions. I'm going to speak on it right now. I'm not going to read it. This one, you can't remember this. So somebody says, so we're not Indian. And then we've been doing all this. This is the arrogance of ego being stroked. Probably been going everywhere. We're Indian. We're the original Indians. That's not a lie. The problem is you're more than a fucking name, a label. You're more than a fucking Indian. Indian only alludes to, at one time, with original inhabitants. You know, they have been pushing some shit where they're saying India was always called that when it fucking was not, because it was part of Ethiopia. Hell, it was part of Rome. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you think about the Greater Tartary, nobody wants to respect this knowledge, and at one time it was fucking empty. Not too fucking long ago, and millennia. Nobody wants to have a conversation because they only know from what they think. Their perception of what they perceive in time as far as what they've been told and what they see. But it's far from the truth. They forget about conquests and wars and what predated and what precipitated and what really happened. So they go with as if this is the norm. You see what I'm saying? And what does that do? That erases and eradicates what history may be truth, except for those who are the parliament of tricks and party of tricks, who assisted their lineage, assisted in the destruction of that true knowledge. And so they know. The handful that it may be, not the puppets, not the meat grinders and the ones that go out there causing the harm and the murdering, and you know what I'm saying? The indoctrination and this, that, and other. It's not meant for everybody to know. Well, your job is to do this and blah, blah, blah. Just do your job. Those are the little monkeys giving marching orders. The ones who are creating this shit, well, they're the ones that say we need to change the history. Everything was laid out from goddamn The Simpsons to this fake motherfucking mayor, to the pale skins being over there, the U.S. corporation knowing they was going to do this a long time ago. It's not, had to know when, because there's still good people out there that hunt them, who want them gone. Except for you lazy motherfuckers who don't know no better. That's why I say even amongst our ranks, we have dumb fucks. I can smell you. Even though you think that you don't, I don't know who you are. I fucking do. Just don't believe me. And you see what just happened. They have mouthpieces, and the people around them are subjugated, willingly or unknowingly. Little monkeys. You want to take down? You take a handful of motherfuckers, but you make sure that you got a zoo, and the zoo don't need to know what the fuck they're doing. because you already corroborated with their life skills. So they believe in your funky shit. And so they will act accordingly, even if they're unwilling or unknowingly. I served in the military, so I do have a pretty good point of view. And in your families, and in the school system, sports, he's warming the bench, first string and second string. You think I'm fucking playing? But it's only about who's better. Well, who is better? Is somebody actually better than the next because they can swim faster? Is that person better because they can read faster than you? When the fuck did that become a thing? Do you see the caste system? And how you've been subjugated to it? I'm watching football this weekend. Rams in the fucking cup. Yeah, rah. You get fights and tailgates and motherfuckers getting stabbed and shot. All for what? You say you're nurturing, you're loving mama and daddy. Bullshit. You have your favorite son or favorite daughter. The worst thing you could ever do in this world. When he's not there to favoritize anyone. But you're there to nurture all of them equally and allow them to walk into whatever phonetically is meant for them to fucking do. And you nurture each one of them that they become the best, not better than anybody, but the best in that field to be able to give back. That's what the fuck we did. And so when you hear me saying you following idiots, I mean it. You're following people who shouldn't be talking about shit. They get some information, they get a bunch of following because they believe they have their gift, and the people who lie to themselves all the time actually accept the fact that in their head they create it and give power to some people who really don't have a gift at all because they haven't found their true gift. And it's not meant, because when I'm sitting there looking at people going, what the fuck, you just read about this, you just found about this, you really shouldn't be teaching about it because you have stepped off the plantation. That's actually the schoolyard of family and orientation to find out what is your gift, to know what you need to be doing. And that is why our people are failing still again. Hey, humble friends, what's going on? Let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all taking the time. Listen to me. We're at 42 minutes. I'm not going to be trying to make it to an hour. Appreciate y'all. Get out here, do what I got to do. Get my ass back. And we'll lock it in. All right? Beloved sisters, if you come in, others you already know, see y'all here shortly.